When the city of Rauch, Italy, chose a Holocaust Remembrance event to grant my mother an honorary citizenship, she said, "I never thought of myself as a victim of the Holocaust because we survived and became American." Today I'm going to read you two things. The first is a shortened version of an article my mother wrote about her childhood in Italy. And the second is from a talk my grandfather gave when he ran a school in Italy. In 1933, this is my mom's story. In 1933, when my father, Dr. Hans Weil, was fired from his position as a professor at the University of Frankfurt for being a Jew, his colleagues urged him to start boarding school in Italy, with a mission to provide a safe place for German Jewish children while demonstrating the practical merits of his educational theories. Since I was just a baby, I was unaware of the reasons for my family's residence at the Villa Palma in Rauch, Italy. It was merely my home. When I began to speak, it was in Italian. I understood my parents when they addressed me in German, but I replied in Italian. Although my older brother Anselm attended the school, I was too little. I was sometimes at meals when my father would address the student body. What he spoke about was grown-up stuff I did not understand. The students, big kids, lived in a world I could scarcely imagine. In my own separate world, life was perfect. I played on a big balcony surrounded by toys, overlooking a park of palm trees and flowering plants. Beyond the park, down a steep hillside, lay the village of Rauch, a semicircle of ancient houses, and beyond, the blue Mediterranean. When I was 4, Mussolini ordered the mayor of Rauch to close the school. The students at the school all needed to emigrate. My father is credited with leading 70 students to safety into Switzerland through the Alps. This story came as a surprise to me until I recalled the ski trips. Suddenly, all the big kids seemed to be going off on ski outings. Should they have not returned to the school in the next few days, it would have escaped my notice. When I was nearly 5 years old, we moved from Villa Palma to an apartment. The landlord's daughters, Anna-Maria and Zelma, several years older than me, became my best friends. We played together, swam together, and roamed the countryside. I thought I was just another little Italian girl. The two families had decided that I was too young to understand and that it was safer for me not to know that my family was in hiding. Early in 1939, following passage of the Italian racial laws, my father sailed for England. My mother, brother, and I stayed in Italy until we could get a visa to immigrate to America in the fall. My father was not able to obtain a visa until the following summer. I did not see him for a year. I remember his official U.S. immigration card stamped with the words "enemy alien" in red. American authorities apparently attached greater significance to his German birth than his status as a Jewish exile. I will now read you a speech my grandfather gave to a school in 1937. My mother read the same speech to students of Rauch, Italy. I am now the third generation to be reading this to students. Think of how in winter you enjoy skating on the ice. But by June, ice skates are a distant memory. Oh yes, you think, I used to have fun with them. But not now. And as it is with sports and games, so it is with fashion. As fashions change and people follow them, you might compare humanity to a herd of sheep, following leaders without question. When human beings are in one kind of situation, it is difficult for them to imagine themselves in another. When you are sunbathing at the beach here in Rauch, ice skates are the farthest thing from your mind. With governments, situations are always changing. At one time, one country does bad things and angers the rest of the world. A few years later, the bad times are over. Just like quarrels with your schoolmates, They heat up and they cool down. Everything passes. We need to remember that beneath these differences and opposing ideas, at heart, we all remain human beings. For example, you see someone strange and think, oh, what an odd person that is. Look a little deeper. Within that strangeness, you will be able to recognize the many ways we are similar, the many qualities we all share. When you look beyond our superficial differences, what remains is universal. All humans feel the same when things are going well, and we all feel the same when we are angry. We all feel the same when we watch or listen to something interesting, and we also feel the same when we are bored. When we look beneath the surface, we realize that all human beings are astonishingly fine and good, and capable of creating beautiful works that bring us joy and help us recognize the qualities we all share. When mankind creates beautiful works of art in praise of God, such works reflect the peace of God beating back at them. Today's governments that do not value the individual or humanity as a whole are trying to rewrite history by forbidding individual creativity or the open exchange of ideas. Individuals must stand by helplessly and not express themselves. These are just some of the tactics being used to prepare us for a coming war, and that is sure to fail, because in the end, humanity will prevail.